In the Chabad community, there exists a very wealthy family, a notably rich clan indeed. It's not merely one or two individuals, but a lineage where the blessing has dwelled for 3 or 4 generations. These were 2 brothers from the Deitch family who immigrated from Russia 70 years ago, arriving in America in the United States. One lived in Brooklyn, while the other resided in New Haven, Connecticut. One was Rabbi David, who established a plastic business, creating the Deitch Plastics Empire. The second brother, Shalom Yishai, built an empire, Deitch Textile. And the blessing continues beyond them, through sons, sons-in-law, and grandchildren. They all carry on with the industries and business empires they established. But how did this incredible journey all begin? How did 2 immigrants arrive in America without even a single dollar in their pocket and manage to build business empires that generate millions and support children and grandchildren worldwide? The elder brother arrived in New Haven, Connecticut, and like any immigrant without anything to his name, he rented a place, leased a business, purchased a business from some little shop. And he began dealing in selling plastic, selling pieces of plastic. He had no investments, no savings. What was he to do? He did what immigrants do. Look for bargains, search for opportunities to buy cheap and sell at a profit. Yud Tet Kislev Tavshin. Hey, it was 63 years ago. During a gathering, the rabbi announced he would conduct a fundraiser for a new housing project in Kfar Chabad, here in Israel. The rabbi mentioned that today it would be a particularly special fundraising campaign. He was going to tell each person how much they should give. Usually, he said, I don't interfere. Whatever people contribute, I thank them. But today, if someone gives too little for my liking, I'll tell them to add. Then the rabbi added amazing words. He said, my intention with demanding money from people today is not because I want the money, but because I believe in the promise of God. Asher, Masher, Titheh, so you may become wealthy, because I believe when a person gives, God returns it to them. Today I'll request money, not for your sake, but so that God will return to you fourfold. Rabbi David heard these words from heaven, realizing with a merchant's intuition there was an opportunity. As the rabbi approached and told each person to write on a note how much they were giving for the Kfar Chabad housing, he wrote $3,000, as this was well beyond his means. He had just begun. The rabbi meticulously went over all the notes, eventually reaching David and told him, write 10 times that amount on your note. $30,000. He felt dizzy, yet he was unafraid. The following day, he visited his bank in New Haven, requesting a loan of $30,000 as he had no means to cover the check. To understand, for a loan of $30,000, he was required to mortgage both his home and his business. The house was worth $16,000. For the $30,000 the rabbi asked for overnight, he had to mortgage both his home and business, but he gave it joyfully. Days later, a supplier called him, listen, a fire broke out at our warehouse. The stock has minor defects and we can't sell it like this. Come take the stock at half price. He arrived with the car and filled the trunk. The next day they called again. Bring a truck, take it, do me a favor. I need to claim insurance. I need to renovate. I need to revive the place. Take the stock off my hands. He brought a truck, filled it, took it. The following day, the man called him once again. Do me a favor, empty the warehouses. He brought the biggest trailer in all of New Haven to empty the warehouses. He successfully sold that entire merchandise at a profit of $90,000, and then he returned $30,000 back to the bank. He writes a check for $60,000 for the rabbi, saying it was due to the blessing, since such an outcome isn't natural. The rabbi takes the check and asks him, is this mine? He says, yes, it's yours. Then the rabbi tells him, I want to become a partner with you in the business. Put the money in your bank account and God will bless your path. And from that day on, everything he touched turned to gold. He built a plastic empire that would support him and his grandchildren. Charity is indeed the way of God, the tactic employed by God to create true happiness in the world. God says, real estate, pensions, stocks, and provident funds, it's all fine and good, yet nobody guarantees you anything. You sit with an analyst, an investment advisor, and he tells you there's nothing certain in money. The only investment in which God says, test me now in this, and I'm ready to stand the end of your test. Whether this money will yield returns or not is the ma'asa.